Ahoy! And welcome to Manning Overboard. Happy Hour with Hotcakes and the Captain. A show about the good in liquid life.
Where we talk about bars, bartending, and booze.
She's Hotcakes.
And he's the Captain.
Thanks for coming aboard. Now, let's go overboard. Oh, happy hour with Hotcakes and the Captain. I am the Captain, Rich Manning, and with me as always is my beautiful, lovely, and talented wife, Heather Hotcakes.
Ahoy there, Captain. How are you today?
Very good, my first matey. Hey, we haven't done that before.
No.
So Hotcakes, what are we drinking today?
As we do every week, we drink in honor of our guests. Now,
Excellent.
Our guest is very, very scientific-y. He likes to do a lot of things with lots of things, and I didn't have time, effort, or a rotovac. So instead, I made 2 cocktails in honor of the cities that we met him in and the city that he is now in. So,
Lovely.
for you,
Yes.
I made the Arizona State cocktail, which is a tequila sunrise.
It's a beautiful thing, isn't it?
I mean, it's just, there's almost a sunrise. Like, my grenadine is too heavy. But there you go.
Hey, if it was good enough for the Rolling Stones to pair this with all the cocaine he did in 72, it's all good.
Rolling Stones. Might have known a thing or two. All right. And then for me, because he's now in North Carolina, the state cocktail for North Carolina is the Cherry Bounce. And that I could put together. So we have cherries, we have cinnamon, we have allspice, we have a little bit of nutmeg, we have bourbon, and we have some cognac. I couldn't find any brandy on hand, so I added cognac instead, and lots and some cherry juice for good measure. So that's what I have. And I'm excited to try it. Nope. We don't get to try it first. You need to introduce our guest and find out what they're drinking.
I'm so excited to have this. Because I can't remember the last time I actually had a tequila sunrise.
Probably when we were in college.
Probably, yeah. Wow, that was years ago. So anyway, today's guest is Mike Guzmán, Beverage Director and General Manager of Blue Door in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yay!
Mike's a bit of a cocktail troubadour, having opened bars in Las Vegas, Denver, and Phoenix before moving to Charlotte and opening the critically acclaimed Blue Door in 2024. He takes a scientific approach to cocktails, like Hotcakes mentioned, and he creates these rotating theme menus, and the skill and craftsmanship behind the drinks that he makes has landed him a coveted spot on the world-class top 30 bartender list for 2026. Well deserved. He indeed has a chance to snag the world-class top bartender prize this year. Seriously. Because his cocktails are absolutely brilliant. Mike can also usually be found doing his thing in all various cocktail conferences nationwide throughout the year. And he has this remarkable ability to consistently make the best mass-produced cocktails every time. It's like you see Mike popping up at like Arizona Cocktail Weekend or something like that. You go and drink everything because it's going to be the best cocktail that you have all weekend. But seriously, I don't know how he does it, but we're going to find out. So welcome, Mike, to Manning Overboard.
Thank you so much, guys. Can't tell you how excited I am to finally get to do this with you guys.
Yay!
Phenomenal. Awesome. What are you drinking, sir?
So this is called the Green Dragon. This is off of our newest menu. This is kind of a fun, like, Asian take on a porn star martini. So we've got Roku gin, Baijiu, passion fruit, and then we have pandan, vanilla, and citrus.
Pandan. We love a pandan colored cocktail.
And I'm so glad that you're doing the Green Dragon, Mike, because when I was doing my research and reading through your cocktail menu and stuff like that, that was the drink that I was like obsessed with. I'm like, this drink sounds like it would be just a complete and total banger, and it looks great. So.
Well,
yeah,
cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Cha-cha-cha-cha.
Yeah, it is. It's actually surprisingly our number 2 cocktail, like most ordered cocktail.
Ah, what's number 1?
We have this like mint lavender lemonade that we do, kind of just really fun and bright. So that tends to be, especially right now in summer, like everybody wants to sip on a little lemonade.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Is it purple in color too?
It is purple in color.
Yep.
Beauty.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes. So I know you have had a very long, I mean, you're not that old, but you've had a very long, illustrious career in the bar scene. You've been all over the place. How did you get started? Where did you grow your bartending bones, as I like to say?
So I actually started, man, almost 20 years ago now, at a TGI Fridays. That was kind of where I really kind of got into it. I was doing a little bartending when I was 18 in Arizona, some country club stuff. But once I joined TGI Fridays, it was kind of where I really fell in love with bartending and the whole kind of show of it. Got me into flair bartending, and that was the biggest thing. So
Sure.
started competing doing flair for years, and then
Oh,
decided to move to Las Vegas because if you're going to do flair somewhere, might as well do
Vegas
it in
is the
the
place to do
entertainment
it. Yeah.
capital of the U.S. So we I went over there, started doing that. Got the opportunity to open some bars out there and do flair, and got to compete all over the world. And then a couple years after that, I finally was like, I think my flair days are over. Done competing, and then I fell in love with cocktails and storytelling, and from there, I mean, I just moved, through everything I could and took as many classes, went to as many seminars, talked to as many people, and fell in love with being able to tell a story through cocktails. And now I'm here in Charlotte.
That's
That's
amazing.
incredible. Yeah, and I had no idea about your flair background. That's super cool, and it's really great that you mentioned Fridays because we had this conversation a bunch where it's like Fridays needs to get its flowers for teaching so many people about how to make cocktails and how to really work with adventurous flavors because yeah, I mean back in the day they had a legit training program.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I think that's always been the one thing. Like I think now they've kind of gotten away with it from what they used to be and how kind of
Mhm.
like stringent it was. But when I started, you're doing a 28-day the 28-day training. Like you're not even making tips until almost a month later. And it was intense, and I love that. And every time that I saw, when I got to the point where I was hiring people, if I saw TGI Fridays on a menu, like on somebody's resume, it was like an automatic like bump you to the top because I knew that if you had that experience and you put that kind of passion behind it and did all the testing and all that stuff, I knew I could count on you to jump into our program and do some good stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, and there are some big people who got their start at Fridays. I know Travis Tober did.
Yep.
Hmm.
He was at Fridays.
And I know Steve Schneider has sung TJ Friday's praises,
Yeah.
like very
Yeah.
vocally about it. So we're talking like
Mhm.
some serious heavyweights giving TJ Friday some love. So
That's great.
I don't
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah. Okay.
all right, and so yeah, you've been running Blue Door now since 2024. How has Charlotte's cocktail scene evolved from then until now? Because I know that you've been pretty aggressive in pushing the cocktail scene forward out there.
You're seeing a lot of changes pretty quickly. I think one of the things that Charlotte is really got going for her is just how fast it's growing. And I think we're getting a lot of people that are coming from a lot of these big cities, New York, Miami, Chicago.
Or yet.
It's over there. Yeah.
Okay. So, Mike, you've been running Blue Door since 2024. And how has Charlotte's cocktail scene evolved from then until now? Because I know you've been pretty aggressive in pushing the scene forward.
Yeah, it's on this like upward trajectory right now. I think we're seeing more and more bars kind of trying to push the envelope with bar techniques and things like that. Charlotte's the one of like the I think top 5 fastest growing cities in the United States right now.
Okay.
And I think that's really starting to help us kind of push like not only the cocktails but the culinary world and things like that. You get a lot of people that are coming in from big cities, New York and Miami and Chicago, and are starting to look for those kind of places. They're used to the PDTs, they're used to Shinjis, things like that. Like they want those bars because that's what they're used to. And now I think a lot of people here are starting to really understand that. So you're seeing a lot more bartenders and a lot more bars getting more creative, using new techniques and things like that. And it's awesome. I think we're on a great path right now. Charlotte just got a Michelin star restaurant here.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Okay.
So that put us on the map. I mean, I think people are starting to see that things are evolving, and there's a lot of really good stuff coming up in Charlotte. I really do think so.
That's awesome.
That's great.
And how excited are you to be kind of at the ground floor of it all.
I'm excited. I like this was, this has kind of been a dream of mine for a long time. I actually had considered moving to Charlotte or Charleston. I'm like 5 or 6 years ago, like right before, I think right before the pandemic, I was kind of looking. These were the two cities that were like immediately on my map. I was like, I know that they're gonna be something someday. I know that they're not now. So it actually like it ended up working out perfectly when I left Arizona. I was like, I get to go to one of those cities that I think has a lot of potential. And in the last year and a half, we've started to see that.
That's really great.
That's great. Yeah. We keep on saying we're coming out, and I promise you, we are coming out.
Yeah, we want to come out because we know that not only because Charlotte's an upcoming city, but we know just how important and underrated North Carolina as a whole is in the history of spirits and cocktails. It's like, I know, like right up the road from you, I think it's Pikesville. If you go back to the history, there's like 150 distilleries before the state banned distilling in like 1907. It's a fascinating story. So there's a huge, rich history that nobody knows. So you're really, through your cocktails, Mike, you're really bringing attention to all of that in a much bigger picture, which is great.
Yeah. There's a lot here, and we're trying to work more with bars across the different cities and things like that. There's some really great bars up in Raleigh. We've got some friends of ours in Greensboro at a bar called Neighbors. They're super awesome. And then like we're trying to kind of like do our best to kind of push the Carolinas together.
Okay.
We've got a couple. We're doing some events with some bars from South Carolina, and yeah, there's a lot out here. I don't think a lot of people get to see it. I feel like we're the like spot in between where you like kind of stop to get gas when you're trying to go to like DC or you're going down to Florida or something like that. Like it's never like, hey, let's stop and do something here.
Well, I will tell you the first time before we were into cocktails, before we just liked food, and our first like vacation once we had money after we got married was to go to Raleigh, Durham. So I mean, there are the crazy people who do that, and
we want to experience Carolina barbecue, and so the Triangle was our first choice.
So, Rich mentioned that you have had some very, very distinguishable cocktails at the various conventions that we have seen you at, where you have been behind the bar and you've been manning a program. Specifically, Arizona Cocktail Weekend, because you've got your roots, a lot of feeders there, and you can kind of get behind the bars. Yeah. But you have seriously made some quality, tasty cocktails. I still remember the one in it was kind of like a Mountain Dew type cocktail.
The sun drop cocktail we did.
It was so good. It was so good. How do you prepare to be able to create all of these cocktails under whatever kind of conditions you're going to be thrown at? And B, how do you find the creativity to come up with 2-3 different menus to present while you are hustling at the cocktail conventions?
Honestly, sometimes I just feel like the ideas just flow like on their own. I think one of the really nice things about our bar is that when we are very focused on, that storytelling, that thematic element of it. And I think that pop-ups have always been one of those big things for me, where I can tell the story of what's the theme of the pop-up through the drinks. And I think it's really easy. I mean, like that one we did was like a big road trip thing. Yeah. And, I just kind of think about it was one of those things where I'm like, yeah, you go to a truck stop, you grab some sun drop, in a big old, container, and hit the road again. And I think that's where a lot of the creativity comes from, is just trying to make all of them feel very immersive with the theme. And honestly, it's the other thing is just having fun. Like we come up with some funny things, just like we had a pineapple pico de gallo cocktail we did at Arizona Cocktail Weekend. That was so much fun. And like people see it and they're like pico de gallo. And I'm like, yeah. That's it.
But it worked. I had that cocktail when you did that pop-up, and it was great.
Well, and then you had the opportunity to work with different brands and different people and different bars that you like. I mean, you guys were holding down the Well, no, it was Ford's Gin and Old Forester and
Brown Foreman.
Brown Foreman.
Brown Foreman,
Yes,
the
you
Brown Foreman,
were working the Brown Foreman booth, and you guys were having a blast. And again, it was themed, and and some of those cocktails I know weren't yours, but some of them were, and everything that just came out of you guys was not only delicious, but you could tell that you were having a really good time.
Oh, that's like, I mean, honestly, Arizona Cocktail Weekend is always going to be one of my favorite events. Chance to go home, but I think the people that go to the events there are just there to have a great time and really enjoy themselves. And it makes it easy. It makes it easy when we do these pop ups and we do these events, when people are very enthusiastic about what we're doing. Because I feel like we don't have to work that hard. Like we don't have to, prove what we're doing or anything like that. Everybody's just like, this is fun. I love it. I want more of it. But yeah, no, those are always some of our favorite things to do.
And your team genuinely seems to like each other, which always helps too.
Yeah.
And your team is incredibly.
Always.
Oh, go ahead.
No, good.
I was gonna say your team is incredibly talented too, because I have, obviously you're a top 30 for world class, but I have to mention one of your bartenders, Chase Dunn, made the world class top 100 list this year, which is exciting. Now, how much do you think that speaks to you as your role as a mentor?
Honestly, like that's really what it is, right? Like that everything that he did to get to that level is on him. Like he put the work in. I'm just there to guide, right? Like that's what I want to be. Like I want to show them the right path. I want to give them the opportunities, and answer the questions. And that was really, I think, what he does well, and pretty much everything that he does here is he takes the initiative to do it on its own, and then he'll ask, the feedback and things like that, and is very receptive to it. And that's, I think really good bartenders and really good people in this industry are the ones that are receptive to feedback.
Right.
So I give him, like I said, I give him all the props. My job again is just to be, that mentor and just help out, and just more people like him is what we need in this industry that really love what they're doing and are like passionate about going out and getting it.
Very cool.
And you guys work very seamlessly together. Having seen you do your thing in Arizona Cocktail Weekend, for example, it's like it feels like you guys have been working together for way longer than you have, because there's a synergy behind you, and I think that really speaks to what you do, Mike, as a bar manager, and just building that team and building that focus. It's really a credit to you, sir.
So
thank you.
You talked about we talked about seeing how you are bringing up bartenders and you're helping and mentoring. Do you have anybody that you look to as a mentor, somebody that you can ask questions to, that you can go for guidance in the bar scene?
Yeah, I mean, I can say I have an incredible amount of mentors. I've gotten the opportunity to work with so many people. I can say some of my big inspirations and standouts. Kate Gerwin is probably like one of the top. I think she's always been somebody that I could talk to, go to, see the success, but is always somebody that like will make the time to like be there and talk to people. And then one of my favorite people is Adam Rains from Gold Tiki. That man, like he just knows how to be the life of the party and how to have everybody else feel like they're the life of the party. And I think that's like kind of the fun things. Like when you go sit at his bar, like you feel like you're in charge of the bar. Like you feel like you're the show, and he's over there just making you a drink and lifting you up. So those are some of the people. I mean, there's countless people that I love. I always give my buddy Brad Kaplan in Denver a lot of props, because he was kind of my first mentor at TGI Fridays. And I think if it wasn't for him, I don't think I would have appreciated the guest service aspect of what we did at Fridays. So I always like I said, since almost 20 years now, I've gotten so many chances to talk to so many people, and like I'm just very fortunate to have a lot of mentors.
Yeah.
That's great.
Do you and Kate ever get behind the bar and flare together? Because I know she's a big flare gal.
We haven't in a minute.
Okay.
Okay.
But we did at one point. There was a couple times we did took some classes and things like that back in the day. I used to compete against her partner Blaze. So yeah, there was definitely some fun times that we had throwing some bottles around.
I kind of feel that there should be a cocktails and dreams pop up at Tails or something like that with you guys. Just saying.
Oh
Just
my
throwing it
god,
out
that would oh my god, that would be so much fun. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like I am like, yeah, go do a little flare pop up at sales. Yeah, count me in.
Yeah. I mean, you could even stand up at the bar and recite that awful poem that Cruz does in the movie. It's just great. You know, The Last Barman Poet, I think it's called, right? So, yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't tell how many times I've done the hippie shake before. So we can bring it back.
Oh, fantastic. Now, how does Charlotte compare to where Phoenix was when you first started working in Phoenix? Because Phoenix has grown exponentially.
Honestly, I think really Phoenix and Charlotte, I feel like are kind of like on the like are following like the same like timeline. I think Charlotte right now is kind of where Phoenix was like about 5 years ago.
Sure.
Okay.
Lots of really good bars, but nobody like standing out big time. You had Bitter and Twisted, that was kind of the show, and it was kind of that. Like here, there's always been like a couple of bars that have been for the longest time the cocktails bars here, and now you're getting more and more places. Like just like Phoenix, you saw the growth like happen with Century Grand changing up and Highball coming around and things like that. And now 5 6 years later, it's insane. Like it's crazy. I mean, honestly, I remember when Killer Whale Sex Club opened for the first time.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, "What the hell is that?
What is this? Yeah.
And we're like, "Oh, dude, this is a banger cocktail bar."
Yeah.
And I think that's where we're heading. Like I think we're a little behind with it with things as far as like the cocktail scene goes. That was just not the style. That wasn't what people wanted out here. But now I think we're heading that way, and I think we're gonna see. You're seeing a lot more bars open. You're seeing a lot more people doing stuff. Like we just had some friends of ours open a bar last week. We're going to a soft opening later on tonight for another set of friends of ours that their bar is opening this week.
Great.
And I'm like, dude, like that's two great bars that just opened up that we can like get to send people to, and we know them personally, so we're like, we know those cocktails are
Yeah.
going to be banger no matter what they do. And I love that. Like I'm seeing it more. We're seeing people more look at more craft, look at more intentional menus and things like that. So yeah, we're heading that way, and I think give us a couple years. I don't even think it's going to be 5 years. Give us 1 or 2 more years, and I think you're going to see a lot of big things coming out of Charlotte.
No, that's
exciting.
exciting.
I mean, another reason to go to Charlotte, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about world class, because this is now the second time where you've gotten where you made the top 30, right? Is this just the second time that you've done that?
This is the third time I made top 100.
Okay, third time you
made top 100. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Are you how has that experience changed you as a bartender, being able to compete in that way?
I think honestly, there's a couple of things that I really comes to mind with it. One, I think is personally kind of the camaraderie that comes with it, getting the opportunity to really engage with other bartenders on a more personal level. I know we're competitors, and I know it's about you want to win and things like that. But I think I'm still in the same chat with all 30 bartenders from the class that we won, and we talk about everything, good, bad, any no, like, and it feels like I have 30 friends that I get to talk to all the time, and I think that that's one of the really good things about these competitions is it just helps you progress in the industry and meet more people and be able to make better connections. And then like I always do a cheers. So I have a cheers that I do when I go to compete with everybody.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's I always say we don't compete. We don't compete as enemies. We win as friends.
Yeah.
It's something that I do at every competition. I really believe it. I think every time I do a competition, at the end of it, I'm like, we're all friends now. Like we're all homies.
Yeah. In fact,
And I think that's a big thing.
somebody literally just posted that to your Instagram story.
Yeah,
Just like 2 days ago. I was like, wait a second, I know this.
yeah. And then the other thing too, I think it's just it's really learning how to dial in what you're trying to convey in a cocktail, because you get especially world class, you have so many parameters that you have to follow, and you're trying to tell, talk about the spirits that are going in there, and share the knowledge, but also tell your story through the drinks and things like that. And I think that's, again, I mean, I can't, I say it all the time, I think storytelling is like one of my biggest fortes when it comes to trying to go through drinks. And we I think world class is one of those things where you really need to be thoughtful and mindful of what you're trying to convey in a cocktail. And then, yeah, I mean, you have all this, all these parameters, these, ABV limits and things like that,
Oh, really?
where you have to be like, very mindful of how you're building this drink. You can't just throw a bunch of drinks together, do 3 ounces of booze and be like, here you go. They're gonna be like, nope, this is illegal, can't do it. So you have to be like, can I add this much and still get the flavor that I'm looking for? Or do I add, if I add too much of this, am I losing? So you really have to think about um, all kind of like the little nuances of the competition and the rules and things like that. And that's just one of the things that I think world class has kind of instilled on me. So like when I do other competitions and things like that, I try to look kind of through the lens of world class,
Okay.
what would make sense in their eyes, since they tend to be a little bit more strict than everybody else.
Sure.
So yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, you can take what you learn from there, and then continue to use it in other avenues.
Very cool. Very
That's
cool.
awesome.
And also, you did gain one other thing the last time you competed in world class. As in,
You're right. Yeah, I met my girlfriend at top 30.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there are those
She
bonuses too.
Yeah.
she was one of the biggest reasons for me moving out to Charlotte. So yeah, I think that's gonna be a crazy story. Like honestly, like I think it's no surprise that we're gonna be together for forever. And I can't. It's gonna be a fun story where people are like, "How did you guys meet?" And I'm like, "Well, we were drinking at a bartender competition and kind of hit it off, and that was it."
Which
that works. I mean, it's great to find somebody that's simpatico with that, especially when alcohol is involved. I mean, yeah. But getting back to your storytelling, obviously you have a big love for storytelling, and it really comes through your menu. What is the process of you coming up with these different themes? How much do you workshop it? Are there times when you're like, yeah, this didn't work, and pull the plug? Talk, lead us through your menu now, your current menu, because it's very theme park related.
Yeah, I got a picture of it. I got one right here, so
Yeah,
you guys can see the
so
menu.
cool. That's so sick, man.
I think with our menus, they typically take about 6 to 8 months for us to kind of dial in everything as far as like the cocktails, the theme, graphic design, all that stuff. And I think there's a lot that goes into it. So I think like for me, it all starts with taking the theme, writing down the story behind it, and what I want these menus to feel like. Like my ideas when I do these, I want them to give you some type of feeling. I want you to be excited. Like the last one we did was a Michelin travel guide based off of cities in the U.S. that are significant in the bar industry.
Okay.
And I love it because like we did cocktails that were either riffs on classics that were invented there or just inspired by the city itself.
Sure.
And when somebody opens up that menu and goes to the city that they're from, they're like, oh, I see why there's Malort in this cocktail from Chicago.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense. And that's what we try to do. So like, the process starts always with that. And then kind of the way, our staff works when we do our menus, I'll give them like a skeleton of drinks that'll break down, the base spirit, style, any like modifiers or things like that. And then the story behind it. Like with this menu, our map is broken up into 4 lands, and all the lands have some type of cohesive theme. And the one I'm drinking, the Green Dragon, is from Adventureland. And all of these drinks have some type of spirit from around the world in it. So this one has baijiu and Japanese gin. And there's a story behind it. Like I literally created an entire menu and an entire story behind it. So you get homework, you got to study,
Mm-hmm.
and then like it'll tell you that this is a wooden roller coaster that goes through green jungles and old and abandoned temples and things like that. And here you go. Tell me the story in a drink.
Very cool.
That's awesome.
That I know because we've talked to a few other bartenders. We talked to Nick from Trick Dog, and
Yeah.
he said that they have themes for years that are just in this list, and you just pull it, and then you like they're working 2 menus ahead of time. And then we also had
Adam Fournier.
Adam Fournier did this
Yeah.
beautiful Thomas Guide menu for LA when he was at Accomplice Bar. And it was just, it was beautiful. So themed menus are becoming so much more popular. Do you see the trend sticking with the more creative and the more, I don't want to say not approachable, but the more creative, the more adventurous cocktails moving with the industry? Or do you see a theme of maybe wanting to go back and learning and being a little more not cautious, but like standard with your cocktails, making sure that you know the basics, making sure that you understand, yes, you can make these incredible cocktails, but also, can you make me a banging old fashioned? Can you make me a siesta or a wildest redhead, or these cocktails that penicillin, these cocktails that have become a modern classic? How do you balance those 2 areas in your bar?
We like for us, a lot of our cocktails do come from our menu. I think that's one of the big reasons a lot of people come here. But everyone on the staff is very knowledgeable about classics. Like they know like they have to know 60 classic cocktails that we put together that you know everybody makes the exact same thing. And we believe that like you drink what you want and drink how you like it. So we get people that come in all the time that are like, I don't want to look at the menu. Can you make me an old fashioned? Or can you make me something? Can you make? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Like we want to be able to accommodate that. Like obviously we love our menu. We love the amount of work that everybody put into it. But we're a bar. Like we are bartenders. Like we want to be given that guest service no matter what. I think the trend of like theme menus and stuff like that, I think it's pretty balanced with places that want to focus on more straightforward cocktails, just good ingredients, well made, well balanced. And I love that because I think there's a play on those kind of things. Like, we obviously we have those things menus, but get people all the time that want to come in and like, we send them to other bars and are like, it's no frills, but it's damn good. Like that's what you need. Yeah.
Yeah. That's great.
That's great. That's wonderful. I think that's being able to have that really sets the table for everything else that you do in bars. Like, we talk about this all the time. It's like in the culinary world, it's like that's great that you can make all these things. You know your mother's sauces. Can you make an omelet? Those kind of things. So having that classic cocktail knowledge, the 60 cocktails, that sets the table for all this wild scientific stuff that you're doing, and that's great.
Yeah. And also making sure that everybody has the same spec. Like that they can come in at any customer that can come into the bar at any point. Doesn't matter who's behind the bar. If they're going to order a penicillin, they're going to get a penicillin made the way Blue Door makes a penicillin.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's consistency is the biggest thing for us. With anything in our program. Again, you just if you come in on a Sunday and I'm not here, you're gonna get the same drink that I would make you. That's what we want. That's what we want to be able to do.
Yeah, that's
great.
Important.
That's super important. Yeah.
So, what is in the future? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Do you think that you'll still be in Charlotte? Do you still think that you'll be building that community there?
I think so. I mean, I don't really have much interest in moving out right now. I love this bar. I love this team. We want to showcase the Carolinas a lot more. I think that that's something that we're excited about. I know our hospitality group, we're already looking to possibly open a new cocktail bar in Charleston.
Nice.
I think the next couple years we got some things. We've talked about it and possibly like want to open a tiki, like a legit tiki bar out here.
Okay.
That's stuff like that. So I don't really see it. I think what our goals right now, especially with this bar, is bringing bars from outside, these big bars across the U.S. and bringing them to Charlotte, because I think one of the things that I've noticed here, not a lot of people get to travel especially as much as our team does. We're like you guys have said it, like we're doing pop-ups all over the place.
Yeah.
And we take the teams of tails, we do all that stuff. And I don't think a lot of people get that opportunity to do that as much as we are. So, like, especially this year, our goal is bring more bars in to Charlotte. We just did a pop up with Jack Rose
Okay.
from
Oh yeah, that's
DC.
great.
It was incredible. It was so much fun. I cannot wait for the next one. We have the Manor Bar from California is coming out to do pop up with us,
Oh, that's amazing.
and that's kind of what, like, yeah, I can't wait. I love Eliza. I already know this is going to be incredible.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what we want to do right now. Like that's what we're looking at the next couple years is, I want to showcase Charlotte. I want people to see the culinary, the side of it, the cocktails that people are doing, and giving, bringing these bartenders out, showing them, be like, hey, like, we got it here. Like,
Yeah.
tell your friends
Yeah.
that Charlotte it means a lot. So, yeah, no plans on moving just yet, but yeah, Charlotte's gonna be home for a little bit.
I love that.
Excellent. Yeah. I mean, all the more reason to get down to Charlotte. My goodness. Yeah. I mean, I was in the airport a couple of weeks ago, and that's about as close as I've come to actually. Well, the airport was kind of cool, I guess. Better than LA. That's for sure. Yeah. But yeah. So I want to see more than just that, though. So
Okay.
we'll be there. I promise.
So we've pretty much come to the end of our time. But
Yes.
speaking of Charlotte and wanting to highlight Charlotte, we always end our podcast with as though we were tourists in your city, tourists sitting down at your bar. And, the best place to get the answers to where to go and what to do is the bartender sitting across from you.
Yep.
So we have our last call questions for you. So are you ready to give me some answers to celebrate Charlotte?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Awesome.
All right. I'm new in the city. After this cocktail bar, where should I go next for a good drink?
I always say Hermanita. It's easily my favorite bar in the city. It is a Mexican speakeasy. The cocktails are incredibly creative, kind of pushing the limits on flavor is really what they're about. But it is just a very, like, dingy, dark, like, speakeasy. They have like monkeys hanging off the walls, like things like that. It's like you would not expect to get those kind of cocktails. And then the food is like absolutely insane. Like, I love it because I can go in there. I get a burrito. Like they do like Southern California style like food. So
Right.
like you get a burrito that's this big.
Sure. Yes.
And you're like, yeah, you're gonna be good. But that's one of my favorite ones. There's a lot of like really cool new spots opening up. We just went to our friend's bar, APB, all purpose bar. Chill, like, again, that's the one that I'm like, no frills. You walk in, everything's just cool. But man, you're gonna get the best gimlet you're gonna get in the city. Like, just fresh, just boom. But yeah, those are always fun. And you've got the two staples, Supperland and Dot Dot Dot, that have been here for years, that have helped put the they're the OGs, so the OG cocktail bars out here. So can't miss those. And there's a lot of really good stuff here in this area, and I love it, man.
That's great. Where am I going to go for a burger?
Peaky's West Side Grill, hands down. Like, I mean, I think they've been here since like the 70s. The corner of middle of nowhere. But I was just there again the other day. Their French dip burger is probably one of my favorite things I've eaten in the city. Yeah. It's as good. It's as good as it sounds. Like, I absolutely love it. It reminds me of Pony Up in Denver.
Okay.
Say no more.
The whole French onion dip thing. Yeah. But yeah, Peaky's for a burger for sure.
All right. I have an afternoon to kill. What should I do?
I'll tell you some of my favorite things out here. If there's a game going, if there's a baseball game going, gotta go to we have the AAA team out here. But it's such a beautiful it's a beautiful park in the middle, right in the middle of downtown, so you can walk everywhere. The Mint Art Museum is another one. It's a gorgeous. They're always doing new events and new things. But honestly, if you want to do something really fun, you gotta go to the NASCAR Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Very cool.
What is one place that I should eat in the city?
I think one of my favorite places in here is the Cellar at Duckworth. It's an old it's in an actual speakeasy from the 1920s.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
It is in the basement. It is super cool. Above it is a crazy busy sports bar, and then you go underneath and you're like, whoa, this is super fine dining over here.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, they do their steaks, their tomahawk is. But what I think one of the really cool things about their program is they have a walk-in beer cellar with some incredibly long-aged beer.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
you can literally walk in and they have a massive list, and the bartenders are really knowledgeable about helping you out. And you can find some old quads, Chapels, things like that. Well, especially one-off beers that you can't get anymore, but they're cellar aging them, and it's super cool. I think that's one of my favorite. I'm gonna spend some money, but it's worth every penny.
Absolutely.
That's great.
And then you mentioned beers. Where am I closing the night with a beer and a shot?
Oh man, we've got some play. I would say Surf Inn.
Okay.
Guys, I can't wait to take you to this place. I cannot tell you. It is in the basement of a office building, like a 1970s built office building.
Okay.
It looks like somebody's living room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And everything's dirt cheap. I know they can carry High Life and Fernet, so but I mean when you walk into this place, you're gonna be like, this looks illegal. For sure. This does not look like somebody's eye. This is not like a legit business.
That's amazing.
That's incredible.
That is amazing.
I'm sold, yeah.
Yeah, we can't wait.
Yeah, we have to go now.
We're coming.
Yeah,
We're
absolutely.
coming.
Well, Mike, thank you so much for joining us today on Manning Overboard. I hope you had as much fun as we did talking to you, man.
We had a good time.
It was great,
Always,
man.
guys. I love you. I love you guys so much. And anytime I get to talk to you, I'm happy. So thank you guys so much.
It's always a joy to see you out and about and doing your thing because, well, first of all, your cocktails are always going to be banging. But also, you're just such a great individual. Just so nice and so knowledgeable and always willing to share that.
I just thought of the fried chicken cocktail you did this year.
Oh.
That fried chicken cocktail was stupid. It was stupid, Mike.
Yes. So, anyway, if people want to find you on the socials, where should they look?
They can follow me at unbroken.spirits. And they can follow the bar at bluedoorclt. That's best place to hit me up and want to talk, do whatever, man. Hit me up on IG.
Cool.
Perfect. Sounds great. And remember, everybody, we can be found at Manning Overboard on Instagram, or you can email us at manningoverboard@gmail.com for any questions or comments. Thank you so much for tuning in. We all look forward to seeing you the next happy hour. Cheers.
Cheers, Mike.
Cheers.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely.
Manning Overboard, Happy Hour with Hotcakes and the Captain is produced and distributed by EatsDrinksTV.
A service of the nonprofit Center for Culinary Culture, home of the cocktail collection,
The Center for Culinary Culture,
telling the story of food and drink, one taste at a time.